Today, it's just Lib. Let's take a peek at where Steve is.
So Steve's not feeling good, but Steve, can you say hi to everyone?
Hi, everybody.
He's on the mend, and he'll be back with us next time. So as Steve rests and heals, let's talk about rest. In our Western culture, rest tends to be a foreign concept. True rest is viewed maybe as laziness or slothfulness. We desire productivity and we fill every moment. Even when we fake rest by spending time on social media, it's not rest, only mere distraction, often to boost our fragile egos by showcasing our false exterior face. But we convince ourselves that this is productive. So today we're going to talk about the hard work of true rest. Cassandra, today I want your takeaway from this episode to be an acknowledgement that true rest is like a long-lost friend, and it begins with taking a hard look in the mirror. Many Cassandras agree that they are over-functioning, feeling like you have to wear every hat and rescue everyone. It's one thing to agree that you are over-functioning, and quite another thing to determine, I don't have to live like this anymore. We firmly believe and have experienced that if anything is going to change, the neurotypical spouse will need to be the catalyst for change. It sounds a bit contradictory. Stop overfunctioning, but work hard to make things change. Here's a hint. In a minute, I will talk about who you're working to change, and that is what is the game changer. Those with Asperger's are mind blind, and the journey to wake them up to the reality of what is happening is a unique challenge. Hints and angry explosions from the neurotypical partner won't work. And understandably, that's often what exactly does happen. Marriage has its challenges, but a neurodiverse marriage is really hard. It's like both partners are speaking a foreign language that they don't even realize it. Cassandra, you are more powerful than you may realize. The change starts with you. You will not be able to change your Asperger partner. That could sound discouraging, but it's actually good news. You can become a powerful, confident, and capable of doing true, unique, beautiful, and valuable you. True rest develops as we make our true identity our reality. The problem is we've been living out of the Cassandra identity, and that perpetuates the chaos and confusion. When we are fully present with ourselves, taking time to remove all distractions, allowing ourselves permission to sort through our thoughts and weed out lies, we can begin to live from our true identity. Let's look at this another way. I recently saw a fun quote that said, "Be the kind of person your dog thinks you are." Dogs see no faults. They adore their humans. So, another way I would personally say that quote would be the kind of person God says you are. God sees us through a lens of His origin over our lives. He has beautiful plans for us. For I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. We have choice over what voices we listen to. The enemy, Satan, hates us, and he brings destruction, and he preys on us to listen to his lies. As a Cassandra, I was living in an alternate reality of always thinking I had to overfunction and rescue everyone, but I was falling apart. Physically, my body was telling me, "You're not well." I developed autoimmune issues. Now, what do I mean by being fully present with yourself? Here's how you can do it. Choose a time when you have 30 minutes to be alone in a safe, quiet spot. Have a blank piece of paper and something to write with. Put on some soft instrumental music. There's a link below. Purpose to use the device that you're using only for therapeutic music during this exercise, not for social media or anything else. This time is for you. Draw a big circle on your piece of paper and label the circle "My Truth." Inside the circle, list descriptive words that describe who you really are, not who others say you are. For instance, if your children or spouse could describe you right now, you might be scared to read their words. There is anger and confusion. So who are you really? Deep down, who did God make you to be? I did a truth circle exercise back in 2016 through the guidance of Leslie Vernick. You can look for the link below. Before I even knew anything about Asperger's, and when I did it, I was very broken. It was hard for me to dig deep and find my truth because everyone around me treated me like I was unintelligent, a troublemaker, pitiful, silly. I felt so insignificant. But in my truth circle, I wrote, kind, intelligent, wise, creative, innovative, nurturing mother, to name a few. Now, did these words match how I was treated? Nope, but that's okay. This becomes your truth stabilizer. You live out of your inner truth of who you were created to be. God created you. Satan doesn't want you to live out of your inner truth. Believing Satan's lies brings soul damage. A great man said, I cannot afford to have a thought in my head that God doesn't have in his. So Cassandra, connecting with your true inner self will enable you to get to a place of saying, I don't have to live like this anymore. It's a big deal to say that and mean it. There's a whole lot of implications that happen when you really mean it. It will involve change. And you have to know that you know that you know that you know who you are and where you want to head. If you want to heal your Asperger neurodiverse relationship, you have to first change you. I'm telling you this is truth, but it's good. The mind blindness of those on the spectrum does not allow for it to be any other way. So even though the long-term goal is a healthy relationship involving a changed Asperger spouse, the first step is for you to get emotionally healthy and strong. Then, no matter what, there's already a win, even if the other never changes. Now, I asked Steve what changes he saw in me that helped him to wake up and see things differently. He told me he saw me valuing myself more. I took off the many hats I wore, and I stopped rescuing everyone in our family. I allowed each person to feel the consequences of their own actions without intervening. There was a strength, a confidence, and a joy that he hadn't seen before. It was hard work, but eventually I was able to release the Cassandra mindset and realize and walk out my true identity. I became a powerful person. You can do this too. If this all sounds overwhelming, being told to be the catalyst for change when everything is already so hard for you, here's a little story about when I was in labor with child number 5. I was exhausted, and I didn't think I could go through labor. I thought I could trick the nurse that was on duty by asking her a question about someone. In between contractions, I asked her, what would happen if a woman just refused to push? The nurse very wisely looked up from her clipboard, and without revealing that she absolutely knew it was me in that scenario, she said, I would tell that woman, honey, you're the only one who's going to push this baby out. So Cassandra, this might feel like a very hard labor to you, but take inner truth rests in between the harder moments. You will get stronger and stronger as you proceed. What you cannot do today, you'll have the strength to do later. Just as a woman's body cooperates by dilating during labor, God will give you expanded courage as you start to walk forward into this new change. I hope this painting encourages you to trust Jesus to walk with you into your new truth. The Truth Circle exercise will empower you to be new, powerful you. No one is meant to be a non-powerful person. Hope really is on the way. Our breakthrough makes a way for your breakthrough. Please like us, hit the subscribe button, and share this with anyone who could benefit.